David Kynaston, Chairman of AMSCI Independent Investment Board, thank you very much for joining us at the National Manufacturing Debate today. Just to ask you a couple of quick questions, what are you seeing from AMSCI at the moment in terms of how companies are really investing in reshoring? Are we seeing a flood or is it just a trickle?
Well, it's certainly not a tsunami. Those who applied specifically with reshoring in mind probably accounted for 10% of the last round. However, behind of all of that, you could see many of the supply chains that were being renewed were being prepped up for reshoring. So I think what we see at the moment is leading edge. Will it become a tsunami? No. I think there'll always be blended supply chains. It's not appropriate to simply say my supply chain resides in one country today. So it's a complex situation. Can we do substantial amounts of reshoring? Yes, I'm talking about hundreds of millions more of reshoring. There's no doubt about it. But we'll always have extended supply chains in major companies.
And out of these supply chains and trying to reshore these supply chains, you made a statement in today saying that for OEMs, a long-term reshoring strategy is real, but not on their penny. Where is this? Who has to invest here to ensure that this reshoring happens if it's not going to be the OEMs?
Well, why should it be on their penny? They have their own investors. They're hardly saying that we should therefore invite you to invest in other enterprises on our behalf. They're the shareholders. What they are doing, however, people like Rolls and other in JLR are supporting initiatives as specific initiatives, but they're not about to take equity or invest into the supply chain subordinated companies. And it's there where the problem is for many of those companies who have the wherewithal technically to step up to the plate and say this is a reshoring opportunity, we can bid competitively, we think, but it's such a big piece of turnover that's coming at us, how are we going to finance that step up? And that's where AMSCI has been hugely important in assisting and cleaning up supply chain, regenerating supply chain. But when it comes to financing the working capital, that's where banks have to divvy up. And we have to do a better job, I think, of explaining we're a pretty low risk area.
And just on that funding and sourcing that funding, are you seeing more suppliers trying to actually come to organisations such as AMSCI to try and secure that funding, to drive their reshoring efforts?
The answer is yes. The AMSCI, as we speak, that last round has been closed off. So we have to look for new administration, what they're going to do next. The answer is yes. There's a huge backlog of people now coming, asking for assistance in reshoring.
David, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Cheers.